Hello everybody! What's going on? Let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. Hello everybody! What's going on? Let me know if you can see me. Oh, a little echo there, huh? Alright, let's see. Alright. We'll wait for a couple people to jump in. But I have been upgraded. Yeah. Hello, Minnesota Maker. We got Ron Floyd, 3D Printing Trucker. Gil, I'm horrible with names, so I'm gonna call you Z. What's happening, everybody? I have been upgraded on multiple levels, and I'm here to test out and share what's been happening, see what's what. So I'm hoping in hey, there he is. Exonfluxx. Just gonna call you Rob. One Raz in the house. So anyways, upgrades, yes. This is more to my computer system than anything else, but a couple other things got upgraded too, but we'll wait for a couple more people to kick in here before I start to reveal anything. What's going on, Todd? Mark's in the house. Got my ANEC working great. Thanks for this code. So, do I look clear? Everything sound good? Let me know, guys. Let me know in the chat so I know what's happening. It sounded good, a little bit of a replay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Don't worry. Hello, another Todd. We got Todd M and we got EU. I can't pronounce names like that. I'm sorry. I'm doing good, Paul. Welcome. All right, so I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail. Looks good. Sounds good. Everything's fluent. Z is fine. Yeah. So, anyways, let's start with the most important upgrade. Jeff, what's going on? Welcome. NLTMW. I wish I would. What's that stand for? Jessica's in the house. Oh yeah, is that the? Oh yeah, there she is. Nerd Girls 3D Printing. Woohoo! So, if you guys joined my last stream where I did my my bearings on my mow, I made an announcement that I had quit smoking and I was vaping, and this thing sucked a pickle today. And I'm dedicated in my mind to do this. I don't want to smoke anymore. So I ended up trying to see if somebody. I got a couple of my friends that vape, and they. I wanted to see if they had something extra, and they didn't. So, but one of the guys like literally lives like right across the street from a vape shop. So, I ended up getting, going over there with him, and I made it an upgrade to my pod. Now, that being said, I want to do a little bit of math with you guys. I've been smoking about a pack a day, and in New York, that's almost $10 a day. So with this, it lasted me 5 days, and it cost me just about $50. So basically, it replaced the cigarettes as far as the costs go, but I wasn't smoking cigarettes. So I made a little bit bigger of an investment in order to make it last, but eat carrots instead of vaping, yeah. But anyways, that's one of my upgrade. So I now have a reliable source to continue to go down the road of not smoking. So I'm still smoke free, just to prove. And this has been for temptation. I've had this same cigarette in there since Wednesday afternoon when I decided that I wasn't going to do it, and went and got the vape. So I'm still, yes, I ended up getting the same setup as you. So exonfluxx in the chat, guys, just happens to be my new computer guy. So, all right. I'm not going to show you yet. I'm going to tell you the story first. So after my last live stream, and I was having problems with this, and I was having problems with that, and this computer over here was my old computer, and I just want to show real quick the laptop bar is now over there. So those were my computers prior to this, and one of them was like an old system that I had, prior to getting into the 3D printing and stuff. And it just wasn't really, the slicer hung it up a little bit. My CAD program was like totally not happening. And I must have hit the button up there. This is just, if you guys knew what I was looking at, you'd be, where was I? Oh yeah, the screen wasn't good enough, so I actually put a video out way back, and I was saving some money because I really wanted a Prusa. I still do, but I really wanted a Prusa, but this whole journey that I've gone through, starting into the 3D printing, I've had to learn so much, and I figured if I was going to get into this, I was going to do it right, and I needed a computer in order to be able to run the programs and everything. So instead of buying a Prusa for $1,000, which was at the time, welcome Jerry, I went out and I bought a laptop, and supposedly it was going to do what I needed to do, but I think the guy had good intentions. We had a history, but he sold me a laptop to do something that really shouldn't be done by a laptop. So needless to say, it's been sufficing up until this point, but I have, it's got a 500 gig hard drive on it, and I think I had 58 gigs left, and that was after deleting a crap load of raw video footage that I've had from all my videos. So anyways, so after last stream, I had some problems. I figured I'm going out and I'm going to look for a computer. I'm going to start looking and pricing out and see what I got. I've got a little bit of money saved up, and I needed to do something. So I came across this computer on virtual yard sale, and it was, you know, an immaculate looking system. The specs were all good. Started talking to the guy, and you know, kind of give me the impression that he really didn't want to split this thing up. You know, because I was looking just for the tower. You know, I had a monitor and I have a mouse, I have a keyboard. Yes, I use Fusion 360. I'm kind of reading the chat as we're going. So, where was I? I'm getting distracted now because I'm reading the chat at the same time. So, oh yeah, so I was talking to him, and he's kind of, you know, giving me the impression that he really wasn't looking to part up the system. So I, you know, well, do you custom build them? And we started a conversation. And basically I told him what I was looking for. I got a YouTube channel. I do 3D printing. I do my own CAD work. You know, I need to edit. I need to do this. I need to do that. And, you know, and I kind of gave him what my budget was. And in the midst of that, you know, because I'm me, and I tell everybody, yeah, I got a YouTube channel. Yeah, everywhere I go, I tell everybody I got a YouTube channel. So, needless to say, I gave him my YouTube link. He, like a little while later, he come back with a quote from one of my videos with an LOL and everything, and basically expressed the desire to help me. So we set up an appointment. He came over last night, and he like started to unload everything. Well, okay, first he came up and he saw my janky system and shaking his head like a, you know, one of those computer guys does, and then he kind of all right, come on, let's go. So we went downstairs and proceeded to start to unload things, and went back down and carried some more things up, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, what the heck is going on right now? All right, this guy's bringing the system that he had on sale. On what's going on? How much is this going to cost me? So I kind of played it off and everything, because, you know, I got money. I was looking to buy a computer. I'm not, you know, broke or anything like that, but I just wasn't looking to spend, you know, a lot of money, even though I needed to spend a lot of money. So finally, you know, stop, you know, beating around the bush, and I'm like, all right, how much is this going to cost me? And he kind of looked at me and, well, I was going to give it to you, but if you want to give me money, you can. And I'm like, well, in my mind, I'm like, well, of course I don't want to give you money, but it just doesn't seem right. Of course I'm going to give you some money. So we settled on a price, and it was far less than what he was. But I now have, all right, I'm just wanted to show you. These are just some of the scenes I have set up. I now can capture my screen. So what you're seeing right now is, you know, there's a mouse right here. Okay, so I'm able to actually, like, you know, see what's on the screen. If you saw the thumbnail, there's 4 screens. So we got up top here, I've got my Adobe Premiere open. I'm running OBS. Let's see where we go. I've got, here is actually where I'm running OBS. So you see it's the inception. Over here on the left of me, my left, over here, you can't see, it's opposite, but I got my chat up. Over here on the right, I just have a blank screen, which I believe I have Fusion 360 open now. I'm not training. I have Fusion 360 open. And then, of course, Mo's acting up right now, but I've got my CR10 computer or camera hooked up, my Delta camera hooked up, my mini-me camera hooked up, all different scenes, everything's open, and I can control it. I mean, you got to see what I'm seeing now. All right, you ready? Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Let's get the right transition here. I'm still here. I'm just trying to get a better camera view. This part I didn't plan out. All right, ready? Ta-da-da! So I could take this screen and move it anywhere I want on the computer. Is that not cool or what? So, I'm kind of humbled by the whole thing, because the truth of it is, I mean, this guy was like gonna give this to me just to be able to help me be able to stream better. Obviously, how's the stream? Everything good? You know, I'm showing that I'm getting around 2,500 kbytes per second. So, you know, this thing is like hiccuped none. You know, I click a button and it's like bam. And so I'm hoping that this is going to be able to one, help out, you know, speeding up the process of editing and getting my videos out, because I don't know if you guys use Adobe Premiere and a slow computer, but it's like to render a 10-minute video, it takes me about 45 minutes to render it. Another 10 minutes to wait for it to stop rendering in 100% mode, and then go back to the screen so that I can start to work on my thumbnail while I'm uploading to YouTube, which takes about another half hour to 45 minutes depending on, you know, the weather, I guess. I'm not sure, because I was, you know, running completely Wi-Fi. Now I'm Ethernet jacked in, and I've got screens. I can record, you know, I can open up a window. It doesn't matter what I have on it now. I can record. So before, to do anything with inside Fusion or anything like that for one of my videos, I mean, I'm no dummy when it comes to computers and doing stuff like that, so I always found a workaround on how to do it. But the extra effort that it took, I could be doing, you know, the next video or working on something else. So I'm hoping that this is going to super improve my productivity as far as the editing part of it. Now, the other thing was my laptop did not have any type of graphics card. Had a really good processor, but like Rob was saying, that the graphics that I was using was taking everything away from the quality of the chip. So this thing's got a dedicated graphics card, so I can do something that I've been wanting to do. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. So I don't know if anybody knows what this could be used for, but for a small investment, it is in the software. You can 3D scan things. And seeing how I have this metal melting foundry, I figured a 3D printed bust turned into, you know, bronze, aluminum, you know, anything. I've got the ability will have the ability to do that. So yeah, so this guy build and sell machines. He will build you and sell you a machine. Sure he will. So, if you want to share any information with me, Rob, I will put it in the description for after the fact, and you guys can get in touch with him. But you know, he the dude, he's definitely a lot like me, where he's determined. And one of the things that I've been having a problem with is that on my first computer is where I got everything set up and everything with all the Raspberry, my first Raspberry Pi, this, that, and the other, and I set up the watch folder and all that, and it had my slicer, and of course I still use it for slicing, but now that almost still, but I've almost got this thing ready to do all my slicing as well, which that was part of what I'm about to say, is that computer, I could see my watched folder. And if you don't know what a watched folder is, I'll explain it really quick, just so that you have an idea what I'm talking about. Is with a Raspberry Pi with Octoprint, there's a program that you can install on it called Samba, which is a shared folder type of application. And it basically means is that it gives me a folder that I can access through the network, and my computer will see it and my Pi will see it, and if I can save it right out of my slicer. I can save right to this watch folder, program my Octoprint with a plug-in so that it I think it's auto load or something like that, where you upload a file to it. If it's not busy printing, then it will load that right up automatically. So if I'm not printing, I'm in my slicer, I hit the save button right to my watched folder, I hit the pre button, and I'm off to printing. That's how little bit of steps that I've had to do. Now with my other computer, it doesn't see that watched folder. So he couldn't figure it out why that computer, just for some reason, could see my watch folder. My other laptop could not see it. This computer could not see it. He had to actually go through and map the drive, is what he actually did. But now I can actually save to a watch folder. But so that being said, all of a sudden my Raspberry Pi on my main computer there, Mo, I printed a file, I rebooted, and I got what I'm calling the blue screen of death for Raspberry Pis, where it just it won't work. So I ended up wiping out the SD card on the Pi, reinstalled Octoprint, went through, set everything up, printed a couple things. After a little bit, the Pi loses its connectivity, so I ended up just rebooting it, and I rebooted it again today after printing a couple things overnight, and it won't log on again. So I think I got a bad SD card. I got 2 Pis in that situation, so I've had computer problems. I'm getting them solved. So that is pretty much the gist of what's new. Now, there's still more new. I found out today, and I'm gonna get to see my man crush, I guess. Now my hero. I'm gonna get to hopefully run into Joe Telling again in a couple of weeks at the New York State Maker Faire. I will be going. Tony! Tony's late. I've showed him all my computer and moved on, so you'll have to watch. It's only 25 minutes into it so far, but there's been a lot covered. So to answer your question, Ron, yesterday I went out and I tried to do something, which I'm not going to release any information as to what I was trying to do. I will give a hint, though. I was trying to do a different method, which was suggested to people, which I kind of knew it wasn't going to work, but I had to kind of myth bust it, I guess. But I was out trying to do a little bit, but I couldn't get my my printers to print. I ended up having to go back and redesign a couple of things and do something in my model, and then of course I couldn't get it printed. And then Rob came over, and he got here about 7 o'clock last night and left about 12. Was it 12 or 12:30ish? And then I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning, getting this, that, and the other set up and getting her ready for today. And then I had a couple errands to do, and then did a little bit of running around today, and then Rob came back again today, and we spent another 3 or 4 hours farting around with this, that, and the other in order to get it to where it is right now. So that's where I'm at. So I do have a couple of things. Let me go back. Gotta go back. Paul went to go eat. All right. Hope you enjoy your graphics. Is where it's at. Yeah. I think he texted me something. Yes. Okay. Yeah. If you want information on how to email exonfluxx@outlook.com. Yeah, that's how right there. That's how to get a hold of Rob there. He's exonfluxx named in the chat. So yeah, I'm I'm revisiting some things, Ron. I do have a couple of other things that I have printed, and I will be casting here within the next week or two, but that's all I've got, because I'm getting ready to go to New York soon. Now, I also threw out something during the last stream which brought us to where we are now, that I needed a computer and the universe heard me. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to New York. I'm taking a bus. I don't want to have to take the bus, but I'm going to take the bus. So if there's anybody out there that can give me a ride, then I'll take a ride. Okay. Enough said. So anyways, an X carve would be great. I would love. Now the Piper is actually based off of a CNC idea. You know, the guy who designed the Piper didn't design the CNC machine, but he took the idea, kind of, I don't know if he modeled the parts after it or not, or close proximity, but since then he's tweaked it and then gone in a second direction. But wow, Tony's coming up. Like the last week, Tony, or the week before that? No, actually, the bus ride to New York for me is only about 4 hours. So, it's not really that. I mean, if I drive it, it's going to be 4 hours. If I take a bus, it's 4 hours. But if I drive, I got to worry about my car being parked somewhere. So I'm just going to get down there. I'm going to have the Uber app installed, and I'm going to Uber. Christopher. Got some PLA. You were one of my winners. I'm taking it. I recognize the name. I'm glad you got it. Do me a solid if you weren't here for me to ask during the last stream. Take pictures of things that you print and post them on social media and tag Strong Hero if you would, please. You know, just give them a little credit, and that's what he asked me to ask you guys. So I'm eating a cookie, by the way. It's my dessert. My girlfriend's daughter works at the local community, or not it's not a community, it's a state college. She works in the kitchen, and they had a big dinner, and not all the students are back, so they had 300 extra cookies. So I got 5 of them. And I love cookies. I am in upstate New York, Binghamton, New York area. A gun, knife, mace, and a big bat. That's funny. Yeah, chocolate chip cookies are my favorite. So, anyways, so that's kind of where I'm at, guys. I really just wanted to get the word out. So, as I was saying, that my weekend, instead of being able to go out and make a video, I ended up messing around with this computer to get ready for the next one's upcoming. So, there won't be anything that I'll be releasing here from this weekend. Normally Wednesdays and the weekends are my biggest time to either do a live stream or make videos, but I'm always printing stuff in the background and for something. I have a couple things to review and stuff, but I definitely like some ideas if you guys got some. I'm not running out of them, but you know, I just don't want to. The casting videos, I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna print something, I'm gonna cast it, and I'm gonna pour it. I'm not gonna talk about it as much as I have been throughout the whole process, but I've been talking about it because I'm trying to home in and tune the whole process. So maybe I'll be able to eventually share it. You guys are learning, and if you guys are doing it, you know, share, please. I hope somebody will come up with something, but I do have a few ideas as to why the small details ain't working. What's going on? You do it? I will show you my new coin though. In order to try to work around a couple of the ideas, I have redesigned it, instead of being engraved, it's now embossed. Oh, I could make a video on how to set up my OSB. I could do that. So I printed it up like this, and look at that mirror shine. You see that? Look at that first layer. Oh, that's goldenness. Oh, I love it. So it's got a top and a bottom, so maybe somebody's got some idea in their mind what's going on with that. So welcome, Brian. Good to see you. Good to see you. Any newcomers, within the first 20 minutes or so, I covered most of the big upgrades that have happened to my channel. So please go back from the beginning and watch it after the fact. But so let's talk about this with the lost PLA though. So here's one of the things that I learned from watching other guys do casting, okay? And basically, as the mold increases and decreases in temperature and stuff like that, the difference between the two different materials being, the plastic and the plaster of Paris, are the two different surfaces that are intersecting. So during that heating up and cooling process, I believe that it's just getting broken right off. The small little parts are just getting broken off, and then they just end up getting flushed away. So really the only other solution that I would have would be to come up with a different solution, being my mold medium, whether it's my plaster Paris. But I still think that there is merit in the suspended slurry, but it's still a little bit more than what I'm looking to invest right now, especially after I just spent $200 a kiln, $200 a computer. That's how much it ended up costing me, by the way. I didn't want to share that, but he gave this whole system to me for $200, and I'm very grateful that he was put in my life at the moment that I needed him. So thanks again, Rob, if you're still hanging out. But so I do believe that it's one of the issues that I have, is that these small little tiny, like trying to get a plaster Paris mold right down in the center of that O and get it to stay there. I'm realistic, and I believe that I'm trying to get too much out of it. I might be expecting too much from it. So anyways, all right, Mark, it's okay, man. Thanks for sticking around. I'm not going to do a 2-hour stream. It's probably going to be just about an hour. So you got most of the important stuff about what already covered. Now it's just BS. And so thank you very much for stopping. And yes, exonfluxx, thank you very much for what you've done. It'll pay off, and he's a subscriber now. He gets my sense of humor. He sees that I've got something of some talent, I guess. I'm not patting my own back or tooting my own horn, but he's recognizing what you guys recognize, that I have something to offer. I just need the right tool, So he let me have one of his tools for a really good price. And so so if anybody's in the market for a computer, yes, if you guys need a computer, he's also not just a builder. He's like super tech worthy and knows the software and can figure stuff out for you if you need be. So, okay. Resin casting instead of metal casting. Well, no, I haven't. I'm an electrician. I have hundreds, I'm going to say this, hundreds of pounds to melt. And that was what the whole reason for me starting this channel. I got into 3D printing so that I could make something to be able to cast. So I haven't thought about it or considered it. Doesn't mean I wouldn't consider it, but it's a different realm. So Tony, I have not had a chance to play with the pen that you sent me, but I will say that it was very comical. I wish I had caught it on camera, but she saw the package, my girlfriend, and she was wondering what was in it, and I'm like, well, you got to see this. And I brought her up and I showed her, and her face just lit up, and I'm like, you want one? And it lit up even more. So like I said in my last stream, I think I didn't say that, but she is super art drawing artistically inclined. So I think she's going to do some cool things, but I told her if she does, then I've got to be able to do a video about it. So yes, I mean, when I saw, check it out. Here's another thing that the King of Random, you guys have seen him. If you haven't, then you don't spend any time on YouTube, which obviously you do because you're here. But the King of Random was the video that I saw for the metal melting foundry. That he was a flower pot. He doubled as a flower pot. He just hit 10 million subscribers. Can you believe that? But yeah, that's what started me to get that, and I got the foundry going, and as I was researching, it just everything kept pointing towards a 3D printer. So Christmas was rolling around. I told her I'm either getting a printer from you or I'm buying it myself. So here I am, almost 2 years later, and yeah, I mean, I actually found, that it cost an enormous amount of money to actually to make aluminum, because it's in an ore that you have to use so much energy to get the aluminum out. So it's not a valuable, but it is a valuable. But it's also one of the most abundant materials that we have as far as natural resources go. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I've been doing lots of research on aluminium. But yeah, well, Lisa failed then. Bad Lisa. Now mine's pretty good about, when I say something, or I start talking about something, I don't right out say I want it. I just start talking about it because I've done research, and she's pretty good about getting me stuff that I want. So yeah, you might get in trouble for doing it on the balcony. That would definitely not be a good place to be melting aluminium. So Tony, what got you into the metal casting? Was the King of Randoms video? Yes, Brian, my subscriber level this weekend did its second humongous jump, and it is all thanks to Daniel Naray. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but the OpenRC car project reached 100,000 downloads, and Daniel Naray, the designer of the OpenRC, put out a giveaway. You can win like all the electronics for a car and a bunch of some filaments, some magic glue. What else is on there? A ruby nozzle, a bunch of things that you can win, and so you still got time. If you're following me on Twitter, I've retweeted it, so it's there. But on part of the giveaway list, which he asked me, which I once again I was like, yes, please. But Daniel Naray contacted me and asked if he could use me as one of the things on, you know, all the things that you could do to enter the contest was to subscribe to Inside the Mind of Matt. So like what was it, Friday night, I think I was at like 2,803 subscribers, and then I woke up in the morning and it was like 20 more than that, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then of course Daniel Naray released another video reminding everybody about the giveaway, and of course it just kind of increased my subscriber base a little bit. So it'll probably drop off a little bit after the fact, but it's working. People are watching, but I've got you guys. I've got you 15 people here right now is what I've got is a few key people that come to the streams, that watch the videos, that hit the like button, that make comments. You're not sharing. But Brian, did you actually get to see my OpenRC video? That was one of the things that, I mean, Daniel Naray himself became a subscriber to me at Murph. And when I made the video of me building the OpenRC car, he loved it. So if you haven't watched that video, then go out and watch it after this live stream ends. So yes, you are the die-hard Matt heads, the true blue insiders. So you don't do any of that. You do it. You don't watch my videos. You don't watch my live stream. You don't hit the like button. Well, what's the matter with you? Yes. You like guys named Matt. That's all right. Matt is a good name. Gift of God. That's what it stands for. All right. So that's kind of where I'm at, guys. Like I said, I didn't really get to get out and make a video. Yeah, that would be a huge casting, Ron. I don't think my Crucible is big enough to cast one that big. But what do you say there, 3D printing trucker? I need to cast a what? Jerry, depending on the content, mainly I post to my page, obviously. I post to the tinkering group. I post to the 3D printing group. I post to the 3D printing for everybody group. If it is a specific printer that is related to the video, I will post in the group that is corresponding to that. So Oh, okay. Not sure about that either there, Jessica. So I didn't enter the contest because I figured it would be kind of seem like it was rigged if I won the contest. That you have to subscribe to my channel in order to get entries into it. So I get a bad one once in a while still. Yeah, Jerry, that was at the beginning of the video. The first one that I got, it lasted me about 5 days, and then I ended up having to upgrade today. So, and this is far from a pen. This thing's crazy though. VapeMall.com. We have Vapor Kings all over. There's literally one like 6 minutes from my house. I just drive right down the street in one direction, and then I can go over the river, across the bridge over the river. Not going past Grandma's house, but in the other direction, and then you got to circle back around. This one, I'm not sure. This is like the Mac Daddy. This is like the best one that they had. I figured if I was going, mine's a 200 watt. So if I figured if I was gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Whoa! You just became a Patreon. Shut up. Well, thank you. I will make sure that I will have to check on that and. Appreciate that. Grandma's house? Yeah. So yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. What's going on? What's the Jimmy? So what do you think, guys? Is the stream been good? I'm gonna just kind of bam. Bam. I got everything open. I got 3 programs that are so demanding of a computer that I got OSB, Fusion 360, and I closed that. But I did have Premiere Pro all open. No more hacking up along with vaping. Hey, this is only 5 days, 6 days into this, so I'm doing all right. But I feel better. I'm honestly, one of the issues that I've been having has been some restless leg syndrome. I don't know if you know what that is or have ever suffered it, but I'll be laying in bed and it's like the nerves are like being electrocuted off in my hips, and my legs are just going crazy, and I ended up having to get up and walk around a little bit and stretch, and I have an inversion table. I'll get on that and flip myself, but just from not smoking for these last couple days, I've noticed that I've not noticed my restless leg. If that makes any sense. All right, welcome David to the inside. Well, you're not part of the insiders. You're only an insider if you're a subscriber or if you're a Patreon supporter. But Z, I'm calling you Z. We're calling him Z. Z is a new. No, I don't snore. I don't snore at all. Maybe. I know. I've never woke myself up. Recent development, somebody else next to me has been snoring lately, but one of them kind of, you know. But yeah, they will go after. Yes, I'm getting a little bit used to it. So, how do I adjust the tough extruder? Silver knob on the top, Um, 3 prints fine. Now derby debris below extruder. Jerry, ask that question again, Jerry. How do I adjust? The silver knob is your tension, and it's opposite, so that you know, because you're turning, and there's a little nut that's going outwards, so you're trying to back it off in order to add tension, and then so counterclockwise is more tension, clockwise is less tension. Yeah, I've had the restless leg for a couple years now, actually. Um, and, there was a former coworker of mine that smoked for a long time and quit. And the doctor told him that basically all his veins in his lower extremities were constricting and he was losing blood flow and eventually he was going to be paralyzed. So I'm I'm past my mark, and of course that was a doctor told me one time, and a doctor, you ask one, you ask another, they'll tell you different. But he told me that the lungs have about 25 pack years, and that's 1 pack a day, every day for a year. After 25 pack years, the damage is irreversible. That being said, um, I've exceeded that. There have been brief periods of quitting, but not to bring it down below that mark. So what's done is done. I gotta live with that. It's the, reap what I sow kind of thing. But I'm just tired of feeling like crap, spending the money to feel that way, and just nailing my coffin closed more than it should be. So that's all right, Tony. We're just kind of BSing. So Tim's tough extruder like the E3D. Yes, I know that. I'm not sure what you said. How do I adjust the tough extruder? The silver knob on top, and then I see parentheses and 3 prints fine. Now debris below extruder. I'm not sure exactly what you. Small fiber polyneuropathy. Did I say that right? It sounds like good. Gabapentin. Tasty too. I got called lava. It's naked. Naked lava. All right, guys. So, smoke bad. Hi, Sean. Yeah, smoking's bad. That's why I'm vaping now. Yeah, you should. But, I mean, here's been my biggest thing about quitting smoking is that temptation. I get around it. It smells good. I'm been cold turkey. I ain't got nothing else. Man, hey, you got an extra one of them? And then then I start, smoking OPs. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's other people's. They're like, I thought you quit. And I'm like, I just quit buying. Like, let me get a cigarette, And next thing you know, it's like there's nobody around. Shut up. Are you really? You guys are killing me. No, you're not. So you're supporting me. Thank you so much. I gotta check my email here. What's going on here? I got some names to add to the list, eh? But so yeah, I'm committed. I'm committed to do this, guys. So oh, as I was saying, so the temptation has been uh, uh, my go-through. So this right now, I'm like testing myself. You know, I don't want it. I don't want it. You know, I'm tired of feeling that way. So. Yep, blood, diabetes, bad flow. Whoa, somebody knows you. Edward Brewer. Do you remember? Eddie! You guys know each other? Get the hell out of here. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. How do you guys know each other? That's funny. Some random people. One guy's from my town. Where's he from? Yeah, kids made me um, start smoking again. But so is Eddie from around here? Oh, okay, okay, awesome. Thank you for that, Rob. I'm a local guy there, Eddie. Right in Endicott. Actually, it's funny too because I was looking at Rob's. That's exonfluxx in case nobody is following that. But I was looking on his Facebook page, and we had a really bad storm, like rainstorm, a couple weeks ago, which we're actually going to get one tonight. And he like was like tweeting the road, and like across the street is this building that I used to work on. If you guys watched my my stripping video, that was done right outside of his house, so, without me knowing him. But so it's like just down the street. So Florida, what part of Florida? I actually went to high school down in Florida. Whoa, William, we got another William. Wow, thank you guys. Oklahoma is the place to be. Tampa now. I went to high school in Crystal River, which isn't far from Tampa, up by Inverness. Closer to Ocala than you. Now, so, wow, you guys are making me blush. 3 new Patreons just tonight. Wow, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm humbled. So, anyways, I have expelled all that I need to speak about. If anybody's got any questions or anything like that. Oh, is that you, Mr. William? Thank you very much, sir. Would you like me to use 3D Print and Trucker, or would you like me to use your real name? At the end of my videos, you'll make the list of the insiders, and I will make sure that your name gets put in there. And thank you, Ron. I appreciate those kind words. You know, it's kind of like I've related this to my mind as far as like the guy playing his guitar on the corner. You know, he's got a talent, super talented. He's not expecting anything. He's not booked to be there. He's just there with his hat out. If you put something in his hat, he appreciates it. You thought he deserved it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Is, you know, I'm kind of just bursting on the corner. You know, got my. Let me get it up. I'll play you guys a little music. All right, ready? So I'm working on the corner. I got my harmonica out. This guy walks by and he said, "Hey man, you're pretty good there." And he throws $5 in the thing, you know. I made that's you get me. I'm just kidding. So I mean that's kind of what YouTube is, I guess, until you get big enough and somebody decides that they want to take you on. But it's all you guys that are watching my videos and giving me suggestions and helping me out. So want to hear some? Got a machine for Christmas. It's got an X, Y, and Z. I put it all together, and now I'm printing things. I've got a printer of the three-dimensional kind. And now I wanna print all these things I got stuck inside my mind. All right, with that, all right. I've been meaning to do that for a while now, you know. A couple of my videos, I actually got some train music going on in the background, and you know, one of my old casting videos, it was like train music going on, but don't know no Metallica, sorry. I'll have to practice that for you, Jer. Okay, whew, I'm sweating now. Got the spotlight on me. Embarrassed myself. Ricky Tanner. Ricky Bobby. No, not Ricky Bobby. What's the other dude? Walk Hard. What do you know about the blues, boy? I cut my brother in two. Alright guys, I am definitely, this time I'm going to say goodbye. Once again, I just wanted to share. I wanted to thank Rob. And now I'm double thanking him because not only has he supported, now he's double supported. 3D printing truckers got on board. And who else was it? Oh yeah, Z's on board. I got to figure out how to pronounce that name, but okay, thank you again. Alright guys, have a good night. Stay tuned for more content to come because I'm not stopping at this. It's going to be a regular thing. So if you got suggestions, don't forget to leave them. I'll leave Rob's email in the description, so if any of you guys want to get a hold of him for any computer needs, that would be great. So thank you. Peace out. Happy printing. Be safe pouring.